You've got your crystals, you've got your army diet, you've got your silent meditation retreat, please be quiet. You've got your oil pulling bullet journal juicing cacao. Come sit and talk about it, nothing is a sacred cow. Tell us all about the whoa that you do.
Hey everybody, welcome to That Woo You Do. I'm Mary Lynn Rajskub, and this is Jeffrey J.
Hi. What?
That's all I was going to say.
Oh.
Hey everybody, welcome to That Woo You Do, the podcast that talks about
all the woo stuff that you do, that I do, that you do.
that we all do. Get it? Woo stuff. That means magical thinking.
Crystals, rocks.
It always comes back to the crystals and rocks. Astrology, stars,
Church.
tingles. Ever have the hair stand up on the back of your neck?
Ooh, has your arm ever fallen asleep? That's magic. How does that even happen? Nobody knows.
Ever held in pee and just had to pee for a long time?
Yeah. How does
magic.
that work?
How does
your body even do that? Nobody knows.
Does that work? Jeffrey, you just took me out. I'm gonna need a minute.
Anything that I don't understand, which is most things, I believe is a woo. Rob put up, is it safe to hold your pee?
The fact that I made holding your pee a woo and then you asked, how does that work? None of us know. Okay, the world is a magical place is what we're saying. Why don't we all pee our pants more often?
Yeah, apparently pee's good for you or something. I can't get behind it.
Letting it go.
I think that is good for you. But I hope that you're listening to this right now.
Wait, I do want to read what happens
as you
when
drive
you
to dinner or
pee.
something. No, not holding it, but I used to know somebody who peed in their own hair.
Oh no!
They said it was really good for their hair. And
you really got me twice in a row.
They kept trying to get me to do it, and I refused. So I never did it. See, washing your hair in your wee. I can't get behind the pee stuff. There's a lot of things that I'll try, but the pee in the hair, I don't think I can do it. I feel like whatever chemicals that they're using, I can just buy.
Store-bought chemicals.
Store-bought pee. Somehow that feels better than my own.
I mean, sometimes the woo is a broad interpretation, you know? I'm trying to, dial back the pee. I started it.
Did you? I feel like this might have been the one I started. It is usually
because I was listing off the different types of woos.
Yeah.
And you said, does your arm fall asleep? And I said, do you hold your pee? And I think we were just trying to make each other laugh.
It was.
But, I mean, is the point that anything could be a woo? Is that true? It depends.
I think so. I think you can make anything.
Classic woos are crystals.
Yeah, and
manifesting.
Things that are not backed by science. But I think also a lot of things...
And God.
I don't think you're wrong.
It's a real woo. It's anything that no one really knows for sure if it works or not.
That feels like God and Jesus to me.
Hey-o. We're back.
Yes. Religion is the ultimate, the original woo.
Would God approve of you if you're holding your pee to the point where you get a bladder infection?
Ooh, only if it was for a greater good. Like to help your neighbor.
I'm holding my pee until my neighbor gets home. Because my neighbor needs it.
To wash their hair.
She's collecting urine, and I just want to help. Maybe that's my new internet character.
Oh,
this
my
lady.
God.
I'm just standing like this so that I don't pee accidentally.
I don't think you're going to want to make those cameos. The lady who holds her pee.
I had a really messed up idea to do videos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I should say it, but I think it's a good idea.
Please.
But it's not like when I say it, I think it's just going to be like, why would you? But I do think it's a good idea. And I want to say it out loud, but I also do not want to say it out loud.
You really worked it up.
I know. I really worked it up.
You have to share it now.
Okay, I had this idea about 45 minutes ago. I think I'm right about it. It's going to sound wrong, but I do think I'm right because I think at the end of the day, now I'm really going to build it up. I'm going to make my defense before I say it. There's a French philosopher, which I don't remember the name, and I don't remember, I'm going to wildly misquote, that like everything is pornography, right?
Okay.
Anything that grabs your attention. That is the
Cool.
definition of, okay.
Like that.
My idea is, let's find out who said this.
Oh, Bart.
Ooh.
Roland
Oh.
Charles Bart.
I thought it was,
Everything be porn.
who came up with the idea of the simulacra? That's not Barth. I think
Oh.
that was Rimbaud. No.
Yeah. Okay, so what's it?
Okay,
do with
my
your
I-
porn thing?
You talking
The
about
what?
simulation and simulacra, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Simulation.
Jean Baudrillard.
Oh, Baudrillard. That's who I thought said that everything is a pornography, but
Okay.
it was not. This is a terrible idea.
Come on.
I would recreate. It actually could end up being funny if you did it softly and not hardly. But I follow this account where they show the person before they go into recovery and then after they go into recovery. And so this is how fucked up we are. So the person, we might have to please cut this out of the podcast. The person is like, and they're like really skinny and they're all like fucked up. Their skin's all fucked up and they're
From like drugs?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're like blanket, but their eyes are bugging out. And then it just flashes to like how fabulous they look.
Wow.
And I thought, wouldn't that be fun to recreate and be and dress up as and then you would just
I think this is the first time ever. I'm glad I didn't say this beforehand.
What?
Because beforehand I was gonna say like, you know me, I think everything's a good idea.
No, I told you this was a terrible idea.
Yeah, but you said that before, and I've still thought it was a great idea. This one,
This one
and
is horrific. I think we might need to cut this out of the podcast. We need to cut the past. We need to start over.
No, it's in. It's in. We're not
So
getting rid of it.
what I thought you were gonna say is that you were gonna do before and after sex. That's where it attached to pornography.
I know that would be adorable. No, this is horrible. But I do enjoy seeing people after their recovery and then they look great and they're
I
all
do
happy.
too.
It's fantastic.
I
But
think
what
it's
I have
amazing.
said, what I've admitted as like that my brain went to like making that as a thing
As
is
a character.
What is? I don't understand what the character is. What is the? What is the?
It's not even a character. It would be. I hate that I said this out loud and that we're still talking about it.
No, now we're in it.
It
We
would
just gotta
be.
go away.
It would be like creative versions of. Ultimately, it's just at the end you pose and you're dressed up and it's fashion, and at the beginning you just take the most trash looking. Photo.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, now I get it. You're just saying like a before and after of your own, like, oh, look at how much better I can get.
Yeah, that's what it would become.
Yeah.
But the idea was born out of a place of the perversion of clicking on that stuff.
Yes.
This is the part that I stand behind. I am only human. I also, my brain scrolls past things. I also am like, oh God, watching a train wreck and then
Yeah.
it turned into a beautiful butterfly. It's not my fault that I'm attracted to recovery stories on the internet. Now I'm yelling.
Yeah, that's why.
It's not my fault there's a whole show called Hoarders. Like
Yes.
you watch something like Hoarders, that is horrific.
Yeah.
It never ends good. They clean up their shit. Everyone goes like, bye.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
No way that's
I guess I got the like ending that I was looking for, but this is not a quick fix. And this is, I'm not attaching that to recovery. Every
Yeah.
time I see somebody cleaned up, I'm like, that's great. I get the little boost of like feeling
Yeah.
like, which they did, but it's not something that we should be consuming like that.
I don't know if we shouldn't though, because I think that's a good thing. As someone who has recovered and who went to rehab.
But what do you think about the that
I
thing
love
of
it.
seeing someone fucked up, though.
I love it. I love it because it shows that no matter how bad it is, that change is possible, and that
But
person.
there's
can
something
pull
really
through.
not a good instinct to want to watch. I mean, it's like when I was driving and I saw 4 deer and I'm like, kept staring. One of them, I was like, how from Indiana to Ohio, 4 full-size deer on the side of the road.
Oh, dead.
Dead. Sorry, I didn't finish that thought. You were just like waiting. I just didn't finish the
Yeah,
thought.
I was like, cool. You saw a
One,
deer.
I said, oh my gosh, a car hit that deer.
Yeah, but you didn't get to see the deers then get up and be alive and better than ever. Like,
No, I did not.
That
One of
is-
them was sliced
yeah,
open.
no, but and the
And I
recovery.
regretted looking at it.
Yeah.
But I looked at it.
Yeah, but
I hate. My eye went, what's going on? And I couldn't stop. And that's how I feel about.
the recovery stuff is good. It's important. People, I think sometimes they don't, especially if you're dealing with an addict in your life and they're starting to recover. I think it's a good thing for people to see, and it's also a really good thing for people who are in the depths of it. When you get to see somebody who has pulled through, it can be the shining light to say that, hey, even though I'm here right now, on the other side of this, it's so important to try and pull through, because I promise you it's going to suck so bad for a very long time, but once you pull through it, your life is going to be so much better than ever. And sometimes I just cry thinking about the fact that like I was where I was. I can't believe I didn't die. That's crazy that I'm not dead. And now my life is like amazing because I stuck with it.
Well, geez, you really took that to a whole other place.
But that's what you get to see. That's what you get
yeah,
to see.
you're amazing.
In 15 seconds. Oh my God. Please. I want to put that. That's the character. I want you to do that after someone has a recovery thing. You go, yeah, you're amazing.
It's fixed by the duet, but it's just you're talking shit.
Okay, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's like a classic villain in a comedy
Yes.
of like amazing, touching. Moving on.
Yes. So
which
good.
is to the point, because as you're talking, what you're talking about is taking the time and understanding it and seeing it. And I think that's the crux of the internet in general, because it can be a really beautiful thing, or it can be something that if you're just going by and you're not really digesting it, it's
Yeah.
kind of like nowadays we have to regulate. I mean, everyone's kids, Rob, my son is growing up but we grow up with, now he's always got that, constant stream of everything under the sun that he can watch.
Yeah.
And we all are just humans and have to regulate our way through things that we scroll through and things that we sit with and understand and reflect on and humanize, not dehumanize.
Yes. I think that's true.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about a very specific genre of content on like TikTok and social media and stuff where
Yes.
it's like AB, it's the Queer Eye thing where they bring the guy in with the long hair and the beard and they give him a shave and they give him a haircut and they put him
Yeah.
in chinos and he looks amazing.
Yeah.
Right? And it gives this illusion that it's like that. It happens in under
Right.
60 seconds.
This is a good point.
But you're talking about how going from, unhealthy to healthy is like a journey. And is it changing our perspective on how difficult that journey is to consume all of these like journeys in these condensed Reader's Digest formats?
That just gave me a great idea. We should do a series of videos where it's all the in-between, the tiny decisions that you make throughout the day of changing our habits. They're like really boring. It's like, I'm like, I didn't bite my nails
Yep.
for the past 40 seconds. Did you see that? Anyway, that's the video for today. You're like,
Oh my God.
I just took 10 deep breaths. I feel better.
You know what, though? You know what's funny to me? All of those made me feel good. Even though you said that, you were like, I didn't bite my nails for 40 seconds. I was like really happy. Like
We
for
should
the
do these
idea of
videos that are about the long, painstaking journey of reassessing and readjusting every day.
I love that. It's the same reason why it's so nice to put shower on your to-do list. If you're in a bad place, put the littlest things on your to-do list, and every one of them that you do. Oh, I thought you were gonna high five me. If
I will
you had
always
not
high-five
given me, if you had not
It
given me
kind
the
of
high
was
five,
both. To be honest, it was both.
you do the shower on the to-do list
Yeah,
too.
I believe I showed that to you
Did you?
on our way because it was when I had, well, I do it otherwise, but it was when I had 12 hours until I was on a plane and I had itemized.
Oh,
like,
yes, you did.
20 minutes for every.
That's right. Well, the reason I didn't notice is because you had so many items that you had to get done.
So proud of myself. That would be good content. I did everything on my list today.
It was impressive and actually really nice, especially when you don't like. It can be hard going through the world and not being recognized for everything you've done for yourself and your family. And so being able to account that for yourself is amazing.
You mean like what I made Val read to me yesterday?
Yes. Can we talk about that?
Yes. So we just got, you have been with me throughout this. We just did crazy one-nighters and
Yeah. We just
flying
got off.
back and forth.
We
and-
got off a sweet, sweet tour. Mary Lynn was headlining, and I came along as feature, and it was so much fun. I mean, these shows were so much fun.
Yeah, it was really great. But the routing was a bit. I don't know how people do it when they have it's a whole different lifestyle. But I had a concentrated version of it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like going on a plane ride every day or every other day is wild. And
It
going somewhere and then having a show that night, and knowing when you get to your hotel that I have to try and rest for an hour or whatever because we have 2
to fly.
hour and a half shows tonight.
Yep.
And then we fly out the next day.
Yep. And
So
that
yeah,
was
we got to
crazy.
do like a little mini tour. And I got back from it. Well, first of all, I think I still have that list. Let me see
Yeah.
if I do.
I'm so excited.
I don't know where it is.
What was
Oh, because I have all the little checks on it
it?
too.
You sure do.
It's really dumb. I'm really batting 1,000 here with like embarrassing myself today. Airport, 12. Oh, it's backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It stops at noon. Walk Leo, 6 a.m. to 6:30. Workout, 6:37. Coffee, 7:20. Shower. Take Val. Call Francisco. Cameo, 8:40. Zoom interview, 8:50. Writing class, 9. Nails, 10. Go to Zach's, 11. Airport, 12.
That's amazing.
Whoa.
Okay, so
I had to make sure I didn't get distracted because I needed to catch a flight and I needed to do all these things.
those are amazing. There is so much. Okay, mom stuff you got done, you stuff you got done, self-care stuff you got done, career stuff, career task stuff, which is like not even like artistic-y type stuff, and then and then like things that are so good for you and a task like walking Leo, which is like beautiful. What a great start to the day. And you also put in a moment for you, which is that coffee, which is like, that is, let me do this one thing that is neither an actual to-do list item, nor is it completely necessary, but it will make me feel so good to have that moment of coffee. And you put that in there too.
I mean, this podcast is really taking shape. Because the way you just said that, I feel like that is not only part of recovery, but part of people
Yeah.
being a human.
Yeah. Yeah. And because you are doing this all on your own, you know, it's like, it's super, like, I am constantly impressed by you. And I think you sometimes don't realize not only how much you do, but how gracefully you do it. It's super impressive. And then we go out and we go, like, we bitch a little bit to each other about as we're doing our art, but that's another thing that we've created for ourselves. It's the ability to do art as our career while you get all the mom shit and the you stuff done.
Jeez, thanks, Jeffrey. And it is a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. We had some really good, and it's not easy. Because there's things that we both know. You never know what you're going to get. You know, you never know what food or not food, or the classic thing that kept happening where we'd walk up to the venue and I'm like, here it comes. Could I see your ID? We're the comics. Like, there's nothing more gratifying than landing at a place to headline and
nobody knows who we are.
Nobody knows who we are, and we have to, like, it feels like a little fight to get to the green room and be taken care of.
Your picture is everywhere. And it's like that 18-year-old who works there could, like, I think part of it is like a lot of the characters they know you as, like, you're much hotter in real life.
Go on, you're really being nice. You're really being nice to me.
It's very true, Jeffrey.
It is like people be like Gail the Snail, and they're like, Jesus, this lady. 'Cause they really do a number on you to play Gail, and so do you.
Doesn't take that much.
Physically,
it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but you physically change your body so much.
Yeah, no,
it's
Gail
so
is
impressive.
disgusting.
It's really impressive how
Chelsea had never seen Gail the Snail until like 6 or 8 weeks ago or something like that when I showed her, because she doesn't really watch Always Sunny.
Yeah,
because it's too much for her.
Yeah,
but she was
it
like,
is a lot.
It's a lot. But she was like, that's Mary Lynn. She's like, oh my God, because she thinks of you as like a hot lady.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I've only ever known you as a hot lady.
The garbage pail.
This podcast is really uplifting me.
It's the garbage pail cousin. And she had to switch her brain to think like that's
I love
Mary
this
Lynn.
in so many ways. And and I love them, and I think the show is brilliant, but it also is a little bit, I didn't realize until you said that just now, it is a bit too much for me too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel guilty when the fans are like quoting lines and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I watch it in like little spurts,
Oh,
and I
can't
love
watch
it when I watch it, but I'm not versed in it. I absolutely am amazed by them and the vision for that show and the consistency and the way that they collaborate together, and the comedy of it is next level. But I don't I can't watch like episode after episode. There, I said it.
Well,
that's that woo you do.
I'll tell you this, like, Chelsea doesn't watch it because she's like, I can watch one episode and enjoy it, but I can't watch multiple episodes. And so she never really got into the flow of it. And I was like, well, do you want to see Gail the Snail? And she was like, sure, but I can only watch. I'm like, guess what? She's only in like 2 episodes so far. So like, and she's like, wait, but isn't she like a fan favorite? I'm like, yes, she is. She's a fan favorite from like 2.5 episodes.
That's crazy.
Literally.
It really is.
I mean, everybody's obsessed with that. Like people just yell it out, and when they say like you're friends with, and I'm like, it's such a weird thing for them to say Gail the Snail. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever even seen it, but a clip.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I'll take credit for being an amazing actor.
You really elevated that
but I
role.
mean, it really is about people buying into that world and loving those characters so much, and then when there's these like offshoots that they create the space for them to be that like that over the top.
You get to really have fun with your physicality. And
I remember going into it. This conversation is really wooing me into feeling good about acting, which is funny because we just came off like so much stand up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to act now again, but. Which I mean, I quit both of them every day, by the way. But
I almost ruined my.
What was I just gonna say? Oh, I knew that Gail and some of the other side characters are amazing on that show, but they're all equally borderline cartoonish. But they pick people who take the acting seriously, who are equally serious actors, but also comedic. Yeah. So that when I got there, I didn't pre-plan because I was like, I don't want this. I don't really do that anyway, but I don't want this to be like a sketchy, broad character. I had to find like the reality of it within the context of being on set, and it is like
so cool.
The most fun. So this is I'm really getting wooed up.
Yeah.
Chelsea got it. Like, she's not, I mean, she likes the show. She's not a huge fan of the show, but she likes the show and she recognizes it. She's an editor, so she works in the industry anyway. Yeah. And she was like, I understand why this character kind of like broke out. This is the Gail the Snail episode in her mind.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, and she got in, and it's like, this is an episode where it's like in fucking 4:3 format, you know, it's
Yeah.
like 720p. It's like, it's
Amazing.
but there's a reason why people connect with that character.
Yeah. It's so cool.
They do shoot it really fast too.
Yeah.
And
that's
and
nice.
I think even recently, now that it's like so many years later, I feel like one of them was like, remember what show we're shooting here? And then, I mean, we're doing like so many pages. It's like they're shot in like soap opera style, which is such a great.
That makes it good though.
Yeah.
That gives it the
Oh.
energy.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Anyway, I got back from the road.
So anyway, God is woo woo is what we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, or we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we here's the thing. Sometimes we do pivot and we don't fully. I mean, did we even say what our topic was going to be? Because to me, the topic has become something completely different. I don't know if it's bothering you guys. Send us an email to thatwooyoudo@gmail.com. Also, send us your woos. We've gotten some, and I've been forgetting to read them, so I apologize. On the next episode, I'll definitely read one.
Let's read one right now.
We also have reviews that I can read,
Oh yeah.
and that's very exciting.
I feel like this podcast took shape, but I couldn't tell you. It started out being about. Well, it started out with my terrible idea. And then we talked about habits and lists.
Yes.
And
honestly, I think part of it too is recapping. And if we're gonna really make a topic out of this episode too, I think that's something that just had happened to me. Is that well, I'll come out with this more later, but I'm seeing somebody, and that's a big change in my life. And they recently said, "I love how you recap the day at the end of the day." And I said, "I did not know that I did that." And I told you, and you're like, "Yeah, you do it constantly. You constantly recap. At the end of the day, I'll just be like, what a great day we had." This is what I will say to him at the end of the day. We did yard work. We did this. We stopped yard work and said, you know what? Let's play video games for a couple hours. We like me time for us. We ate pretty healthy today. And now I notice it, but it's a thing that I didn't realize that I did, that I think is super helpful in making yourself feel good.
yeah, I was going to say, you've built the woo into your life. And that's why I, selfishly want to have you on the road with me, because I don't know. I don't even know if I can do it now by myself. I really don't. And the fact that I like read my list out and you were so supportive and like, what's the word? Agreeing with doing that instead of or seeing it. You know, it's
yeah. Instead of some people are so.
It's like being seen.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty big deal. It's not just recapping. It's like you're seeing and being with things that are uplifting and putting you in pointing you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I guess progressively for life in general.
Yeah, and I think.
I'm inadvertently trying to avoid going like having a positive attitude, because it's easy to fall into that trap.
I think positive attitude is just too broad for it. I think what it is not only in yourself, but trying to recognize in yourself and really in others, like when someone has worked hard or there's something that they should be proud of or they're not recognized for, we do it as kids, but guess what? We want it our entire lives, and it can really help when someone's like working really hard to just take that stupid second and be like, hey, this was really amazing that you did that, and I'm impressed by that.
Speaking
just
of
tell
that,
people that you're impressed by them.
This is my idea for my 15-year-old son.
Oh yes.
That I write these things down on cards. Like, speaking of this never ends. We want acknowledgement for what we're doing, what we've accomplished.
Yes.
And it's hard to go from being on the road to then transition to being home.
Yeah.
And read my list out loud and have you acknowledge that. Okay,
so you come home. So good. Let me paint this picture too, because one thing that I loved about with this is because you kind of told me the vague idea of this, and you were like, you come home and you've done all this stuff and you've taken care of everything before the road. Then you went on the road. You come back and immediately people need shit from you.
Oh yeah, it's immediately. Can you drive there? Can you make this food? And I'm like. I don't want to do any of this. Like, I want someone to go, good job. That was really hard what you just did. What do you need? Can I get you something to eat?
Yeah.
It's like the opposite happens. I'm like running. What do you need? Where can I drive you? It's like insane.
Yeah. So you come home to that, and I love how you've problem solved this.
So I wrote this down and I gave it to my son and I said, Can you read this to me? Thank you, Mom. I'm so glad you're home. Thank you for always taking care of us. I know you're working really hard. And it really felt good.
This is amazing. You needed something,
Yeah.
and you knew exactly how to get it done. And you gave it to him. You didn't pussyfoot around. I hope that he says this to me. You gave it to him, and I think this is brilliant.
It worked. It actually worked.
I think that you could not. I think we could write a bunch of these and sell it as like cards for moms, and like sell them and be like, when you are feeling ungrateful, have your kid just pull one from this.
Yeah.
We sell it like, I don't know. We got to come up with a catchy name for it. We'll workshop that, and I'll come back to you after I've designed the full game. Just cards that they could pull. Oh,
So,
that's amazing. I think it's brilliant too. And
hey, theme of the show, know what you need. Ask what you need.
make lists.
Take care of yourself, but that's too broad.
Yeah, recap your day. Remember all the cool things that happen in your day, and just like thank yourself for them. And
Know
it
all
feels
the
really
little
great.
steps that it takes to get from here to there.
Yeah.
It's not just about the glamour Photoshop.
Totally.
Shot
Hey, I
at the
gotta.
end.
Speaking of feeling good about yourself, I had to talk about this outfit real quick. This is very important to me.
Can we?
Yeah, this is amazing. This is my favorite. Let me get Liquid Death out of the way. Are they a sponsor yet? Okay, so this is an amazing like overall thing that I got. This is a company called.
You trying to move to get it?
I want to get it all in frame. They're called Fashion Brand Company, and they don't know I exist, and I want them to know that I exist. And it bothers me, like it feels like unrequited love at this point. I'm so obsessed with this brand. They're like avant-garde. Everything's like handmade. They make limited edition stuff. They're super body positive, and everything they make is like, I'm just obsessed with it. And I want to be one of their models. I don't care. I'll do it for free. I'll donate all of my time. Please, Fashion Brand Company, make me one of your models. I am obsessed with everything you do and how you do it. And this is like reverse sponsorship. Instead
Rob's
of them
gonna type your name in there right now.
sponsoring
We're gonna make this
us,
happen. They're gonna be the first sponsor for that Woo You Do.
Please,
It's gonna be Fashion Brand.
listen. I don't even need them to sponsor. I want to donate my time and be a model for them. Their stuff is so cool. They're local in LA. They're here in Glendale. Also, the founder of this company. I don't know these people.
Oh, I thought that was a onesie, but those are big coats. They look
Yeah.
kind of ish like
Like
60s shape that like sort of not A-frame, but it's
Go to
got, like,
their
a big collar,
Instagram.
like a 3/4 sleeve.
What?
yes,
What?
yeah. This is the kind of stuff.
Moth mini dress.
They're that main picture is like all the jeans on the wall and stuff that's in their shop. The person who created this, Penelope, I don't know them, but she is so cool and interesting, and I love this company so much. So please let me be one of your models. You're so body positive. And
That fringe top was cool. Fringe. We should start getting into fringe too. I know. Ooh.
look at that cool,
Like brick like.
yeah, the brick dress. Look at how beautiful that is.
Makes me want to watch HGTV.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah. So anyways, this is my call to Fashion Brand Company. Please let
That's
me
amazing.
be one of your
Dueling
free
horses,
models.
faux leather jacket, crop jacket. I mean,
I know.
That's not the $224 for a
So-
for a faux leather jacket is not bad.
Let me tell you, that's the other thing that I really like about them is that their stuff is like for an LA unique individual piece that is limited edition. They're not crazy expensive, and they have sales and stuff. And again, they're everything they do is amazing.
that house sweater is so cute.
I know.
Sex
I could see
house.
you wearing that. Sex house.
I know. I went and they didn't have any in my size, but they had this in my size. So I dropped a bunch of cashola there last time.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
The suspender linen.
I know. So I'm just going to wear different Fashion Brand Company stuff on the show every episode. And then there I am. Oh,
It's happening.
and it feels so nice.
Ooh.
That's a very reasonable price for this item.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's not crazy
I
at
got
all.
mine on sale too.
4 interest free. Okay. Payments of. Whoa! Look at that hand
I
cloak.
know.
Okay. Do you
So-
want to do some
That's
reviews?
Mono's
and then
Hands of
we'll
Fate.
Peace out of here.
Yeah. That's so cool.
These are nerds.
All right.
These are my people.
I guess for this
I
episode,
know.
I mean, we always want to know your woos, but write in and tell us if you're a list maker. I'd love to see other people's lists.
Yes. That will you do at gmail.com. I swear we'll
I
get
saw
to
somebody
them.
in this sweater, this crop top sweater.
That's
I'm telling you, it's because this brand is
Calculator.
so cool. I almost got that one too, but they didn't have that on my size either. They do limited amount of each one, but what's really cool about them is how body positive they are in all of their advertising. She uses her husband as like one of the main models. It's just like cool. Anyways, Fashion Brand Company, let me model for you, please. All right, so we can do a review.
okay.
Let me pull up a review here. Here we go. See all. Super funny. This is from. I don't know if I should read these. Whatever. This is from Sarah Cusack. Super funny hosts, uplifting content. I have a feeling I'm going to be trying some new things in the very new future based on their topics.
Let's go. You're going to have a sex house sweater and be making to-do lists.
Yes. Then we have 2 of my favorite comics on one show talking about the weirdest things in LA. Sign me up. Hell yeah. We are. This one was specifically LA because Fashion Brand Company is in LA. And then another, we had all 5 stars. So you guys
Yes. Let's go.
rate us and we'll read it out. And then this one specifically for me. It says, followed Jeffrey J for a while now. Glad to have his voice and silliness trickle into my eardrums again. Thanks, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
We're really doing it.
Love to trickle.
Yeah.
Peace
Also, we had Rob today on the show. We keep forgetting to shout out the people in the room. Rob
Robert,
was here
Ebert.
today, and he was our magical voice. And then my brother, who goes by the Wannabe Poet on Instagram,
Did our theme song.
did our theme song.
Fantastic theme song.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
We know that life is shit and we can all get so fed up with it. It may be weird, but hey, it works for you. Go on and pour some Kool-Aid for 2 and tell us what's the woo that you do.